Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, it is currently 12:50 a.m. On, what is tonight? On Friday evening. And I just changed into my pajamas, my jammerkins, my jammerkins. And I have on my Smith's t-shirt that Frank got me. I wore it today on the airplane. And then when we got here, I wore it to the pool and everywhere else. And it's so comfy. And I just changed into my pajamas and I am super relaxed. We went out to dinner tonight. We met up with some friends before, to like have drinks and say hi to some of our friends. And then Alex and I, we walked down to Lincoln Road and we had dinner at this Italian restaurant that we go to quite a bit. It's called Rosanella's or something like that. Like, it seems like every time we come here, we go there because they have a really great, pasta and stuff. So we had dinner there. And then we walked back, and our friends were still here. So Alex was like, well, do you want to have a drink with them? And so I went in and I said hi to them and stuff. And then he wanted to sit down and have a glass of wine. So I was like, I think I'm going to go up to the room and just vlog and relax. I want to watch an episode of Mayor of Easttown. I started Mayor of Easttown today on the plane. So I want to finish the episode I'm watching and then watch another episode. It is really, really good, you guys. I watched Woman in the Window on the way here, plus a half of the episode of Mayor of Easttown. Okay, Woman in the Window, which was the book by A.J. Finn that they turned into a movie, was really, really good. It was actually I have the TV on here. Let me turn the TV off because it's like making the light go back and forth. It was very similar to the book. I thought that it really stuck pretty true to the book. There was like one major difference and some minor differences, but other than that, yeah, like they did a really nice job of turning the book into a movie. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was really good. So, Amy Adams, who played the main character, fantastic. She was incredible. Julianne Moore, I am like one of the world's biggest Julianne Moore fans. I've loved her forever. I love her in the movie Shortcuts, if you've never seen it. But I love, love, love. Like, up there with Sissy Spacek and Jessica Lange and who else? Angela Bassett, Diane Keaton. I would say that Julianne Moore is one of my all-time favorite actresses, as well as Amy Adams. I think she is so fantastic. And this is so funny because the last time that we were in Miami, I watched that other movie with Amy Adams. She was incredible as well, with the one with Glenn Close. That was a lot about addiction, and it was a kid's true story. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Now I can't remember what it was called. But anyway, it was where the kid went off to college, and they had to come home and take care of his mom, who was Amy Adams. So anyway, yeah, so y'all want to see where we're staying? Okay, so we got an Airbnb, and this is our room, which is like really nice. Just a little bedroom. We're here. That's what our bedroom looks like. And then if you step out here into the hallway, we have a bathroom right here, like a half bath. And then we have a full bathroom in here. The shower, like a big shower. And yeah, it's really nice. And then if you walk out here, we have like this huge kitchen. Which I don't even know what we're gonna make in this huge kitchen. But I will tell you, isn't that so cute? They have a coffee maker, and they have coffee, and they have an espresso maker, which is really cool. So, we did get treats today. These are our treats up here. Some of them are mine, some of them are Alex's, so anyway. And then this is the other part of it, which is really nice. And yeah, I love it, and we have a really good view. Look right over the ocean. So you can see the cruise ships out there in the ocean. It's really nice. And we have this little well, it's fogging up, so you can't see, but we have like a little couch out there with these like tables. And then there's another table and chairs right there, but you can't see because it's fogging up. But anyway, all right, let me see if I can, is it gonna unfog? Where should I put this so that I can vlog and talk to you guys? Here, I'll put it right. That was the couch, that was not me, I promise. Here, I'll show you. See, I told you it wasn't me. It was the couch. You guys were like, okay, Peter, we trusted you. Is this gonna work? How am I gonna do this? There it goes. So anyway, let me tell you about our day. We had such a great day today. Except, oh, look at this, this lamp. It's like this like birchwood lamp. Isn't that so cool? So we got up. Ooh, hold on a second. We got up at, we had to get up at 3:45 because we had to get to the airport. I can't tell if this camera is like starting to tilt or not, but we had to be at the airport by like 4:45, 5 because our plane left at 6:20. So we got there at like 5 minutes to 5 and it was packed, you guys. I mean, it was absolutely packed. We waited in line forever. And the woman at the counter said that because so many people are traveling right now, and there's so many more planes that are leaving than there were before, that, look at this big fuzzy pillow. Oh, it reminds me of Boo and Tucker. I miss Boo and Tucker. In Indiana right now, it is like 100 degrees and raining. So, but they're okay, because I checked and stuff. So, they're doing good. Little guys are doing good. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So, the woman at the counter said that they're now recommending, which, like, this was always the case, but we never had to do this before. They're recommending that you get there 2 hours in advance at the airport because there's just so many people that are traveling right now and it's just like really congested. We both have TSA pre-check, so to get through TSA is like nothing for us. But which I will say this, like the other side of it that was not TSA pre-check, I mean, people were like missing their flights. The people in front of us, like they got there like an hour early and they still like they waited in line, and then when they got up to the front of the line, they were like, your flight, like you can't make it. So they're like, we're gonna have to rebook you. Which, can you even imagine getting to the airport an hour ahead of time and still having to be rebooked? So and they were really nice about it too. Like they were, well, the woman that were working at the counter, you could just tell, I felt so bad for them. They were so overwhelmed. And they were like, it's been like this for like 2 months now. Like every morning is completely crazy. But they were so nice. And the couple that like got rerouted, they were really nice too. And like they got rerouted, like they were supposed to be in, I think like San Antonio or something at like noon. And they weren't going to get in. Like I listened, we were standing right there, so I heard the whole conversation. I was listening to it. They said that they weren't going to get in until like 8 in the evening. I would be like, oh my God, what? But they were really like calm about it. So, I think like if you've thought about getting TSA pre-check, if you travel even just a couple times a year, it's totally worth it. I think it's like, it was like $80 and it was like, it's good for like 5 years. I think mine might be up soon. I think, I don't know, maybe not. I got it since I've been on YouTube. So this might be my, I don't know, I have to check and see when it runs out. We had thought about doing like the Jet Clear or whatever it's called, but we don't do enough international travel, so that doesn't really matter. But like they're recommending that you do that now, you know. So I don't know. I know you have to have that ID, the driver's license that has that thing on it now. That's not just Indiana, that's everywhere, right? That has, this pillow is like so comfy cozy. I'm just like running my hand up and down. It's like petting a dog. It has to have the hologram or something on it now. I don't know, like as of October. It was supposed to be last year, but I think it's like they extended it another year because of COVID. So it's like as of October, you have to have a special thing on your driver's license, which my driver's license actually expires on my birthday. So when we get back, I'm going to have to go get a new driver's license like ASAP, which I'm not real excited about that, but whatever. The BMV's never really, now watch, I'm going to say this and it's going to be a horror story. The BMV is really never that bad for me. It's just like, you know, whatever. So we got into Miami and we knew that the place wasn't going to be ready in time. So the hotel next door where Alex is right now, they have like a lot of restaurants and stuff. So they have a restaurant that has like brunch and everything, and it's real cute. And we sat outside, and the breakfast was great. It was like we each had omelets, and you could pick like 3 things, So I got cheddar, onion, and peppers in mine. And then I got potatoes. And the potatoes were mixed with like, it was like this compote kind of thing. And it had like apples and stuff, and it was so delicious. Alex was like, are these sweet potatoes? I was like, no, there's something sweet in that, like apples. And then we both got a bagel. And then Alex had a mimosa. And I had a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice. It was delicious. And then we both had coffee. And we sat outside, and it was really fun. It was just like really nice to just sit out there and not be in any hurry, you know. I mean, this was like at like 9:30 in the morning that we were like, okay, now what? So Alex had a bunch of work stuff that he wanted to get done, and I already had my videos already pre-filmed for today, so I didn't really like have to rush to make videos or anything. And because usually when we're on vacation, like I either make videos before, you guys know, like I usually either make videos before or after, and so like going to the pool. But it was so cloudy. I was like, well, supposedly there's a tropical storm or a hurricane or something like getting ready to come through Florida. And Tanya said something to me about it. And I don't know if that's true or not. But like when we got here, it was like, it looked like it was going to start pouring down rain. So I was like, I hope this is not going to be our whole week. And I said something to Alex about it. I said, babe, I hope your whole birthday weekend isn't just like, you know, raining and whatever. And he was like, this is so weird too, because I was just talking about this on the vlog the other night, you know, the last time that we were here. And he was like, well, if it is, he's like, we'll watch movies and TV shows and stay in and, you know, go out to eat. And he's like, it'll be fine. We'll have a good time. So he's like, we can go shopping. We can like go see something in, you know, Miami that we've never seen before that we want to go do. So I was like, okay. So then after brunch, he went to this like office area and he just like worked on his computer because his computer was dead. And so I just like sat around like where they have all these like big couches and stuff, and I just kind of like relaxed. I called some people on the phone and talked on the phone, had a Diet Coke. It was really nice. It was fun. And so then about noon, Alex was like, I'm done and I'm coming over. And I was like, okay. So he came over and he was like in his bathing suit and he's like ready to go to the pool or the beach. And I'm like, it is cloudy outside. And he said, he goes, no, he's like, we can still you get some of the best sun in the cloud when it's cloudy, which I know is true. But I still was like, okay, but it's like so cloudy outside. So we went down and we were going to go to the beach. And there were actually a lot of people in the water and stuff. And I was like, he was like, what do you want to do, beach or pool? And I was like, it's totally up to you. You decide. So he was like, okay, let's go to the pool today. So we went to the pool. And we stayed down there from like 12:30. I don't know what time. Like 12. It was early, and we got. It might have been earlier than that. It might have been like 11:30 when we got down there. We stayed down there till like 11:30 to 3. 11:30 to like 3:30. I fell asleep on the chair. Alex goes, "Babe, you're snoring." I don't sleep on planes, and I don't sleep by the pool. I cannot fall asleep. Right? I was so tired. I was like literally like this. Like on the chair snoring next to the pool. So anyway, he was like, babe, he was like, the music was like, they had this like very chill, you know, like loungy music, and I just was out. I was like out for the count. I was so comfy. I got in the pool, and I mean, I just love a pool. I love a pool so much. I got in the pool, and I think I sat in the pool for like the first 2 hours that we were there. I was so relaxed in this pool. I just like put my head back, and the sun was actually peeking through the clouds and stuff like that. So I didn't think I was getting any sun, and you guys, I don't know if you can see in this light or not, but like, I got burnt, okay? Like, you can see, look at that. That's where I was asleep, look at that. I got burnt out in the sun today. I don't even know how. And I, like, literally, like, Alex was like, I know everybody's gonna be like, Peter, the sunscreen. Alex was like, babe, you need to put some sunscreen on. I'm like, there's no sun. Like, it's not coming through the clouds. I mean, it literally looked like it was going to rain. When I was in the pool, it was like peeking through a little bit, but I was in the pool, you know? And so Alex was like, well, you get more, like, of the UV rays when it's cloudy like this. And I said, I know. Everybody says that, but, like, it's cloudy. It looks like it's going to rain. And I got burnt. And my legs were, like, super dark, too. Like... I think it's so funny. My legs got like so dark today, but anyway. And the other thing is I have these stripes across my feet, and I couldn't figure out like where these, I mean, I knew they were from my Birkenstocks, but I'm like, where am I like out in the sun with my Birkenstocks? I mean, like maybe walking from like the car to the, you know, some store or whatever. But I'm like, where am I ever that like, I'm out in the sun that much with my Birkenstocks on that there's like 2 like marks across my leg. So was it yesterday or the day before? I was sitting on our front patio, and did I tell you guys about Mrs. Birdie? Okay, I'll tell you about that in just a second. So I was sitting out on the front patio, and like the chairs are like back. They're like recessed back, like underneath the overhang of the patio, the front patio. And so I don't ever get any sun sitting on the patio, but my feet do. They're like in the sun, and I never thought of it before. And so I'll sit out there and like watch videos back and make phone calls and, drink a glass of water and do my meditations, and my feet are in the sun the whole time. And I never thought about it before. And so that's where I have these stripes across my legs now. So, okay, I was a little worried because Mr. and Mrs. Birdie were not coming around the nest. And I was like, okay, I hope that those birds are not, like, I hope that something didn't happen to the eggs or whatever. So I I called Tanya, and she goes, she said, it's an old wives' tale that, like, if you look into a bird's nest or you, whatever, that they won't come back. She's like, you can, go up there. Tanya knows a lot about birds. So anyway, I very gently brought down, this was like 2 nights ago, I very gently brought down the fern, and I just looked inside, and I was like, you guys, these babies had literally been hatched like the night before. They were like probably like that big, and they were just like. So anyway, I put the nest back up, and then I was like worried. I was like, I didn't touch the nest. I just underneath, I brought the fern down, and then like I pushed it back up over on the hook. I was very gentle with it. And Mrs. Birdie came back. She came back and stuff. And I don't know if it's going to be only 2 birds or. I mean, they're like, when I saw the eggs in there were probably 6 or 7 eggs. Like 6 eggs, something like that. I don't know. Does anybody know why they would be, like, the eggs were 2 different colors. Is that like a gender thing? I don't know. So anyway, but there were only 2 babies in there. Maybe it's because the other ones hadn't hatched yet. I mean, they literally looked like they had hatched the day before. And then I saw the dad, and he had something in his mouth. I don't know if it was a worm or a bug or whatever, but he had something in his mouth. And so Alex and I were in the pool today, and he knows I love like the birds and the animals and stuff. And these birds were coming over, and they were bringing like tortilla chips and bread and stuff to the edge of the water, and they would sit it in the water, and then they would eat it. And Alex goes, do you know why they do that? He goes, watch. So they soaked it in the water, and then they would pick it away so that it was like softer, so it was easier for them to eat. Like, how do birds know how to do that? Like, that's the sweetest thing, isn't it? So anyway, talked to my neighbors a lot yesterday. Did I share about that on my vlog? There's this huge thing going on in our neighborhood, okay? This, like, huge deal. They had a board meeting about it and everything. So our neighbors across the street, they moved in, like, a year ago, and they want to build a screened-in porch, because they're on one of the lakes. They want to build a screened-in porch off the back of their house because they had all of these, like, hostas taken down, and they had some other, like, boxwoods. They had boxwoods and hostas back there. They had them all taken out, and they wanted to put this screened-in patio in, right? Which I think would just make it look nicer. There's a lot of condos, actually, in our neighborhood that years ago had built screened-in porches, but apparently it's against the, what's the word? The HOA. Oh, it's like a real serious word, like Constitution, but it's not that. What is the word? Not the amendment. Oh, shoot. The HOA, I don't know what it is. But anyway, the set of rules, okay? You can't build, like, after a certain year, you can't build onto your condo anymore. Well, what's funny about this is our neighbors that moved in, the ones that are, like, connected to us, they wanted to build a screened-in porch too, and then they wanted to build a patio, like just take out their deck, and they just wanted to have like a cement patio, and they couldn't get either one of those things approved. And so the woman across the street, she's like, well, it doesn't say it the way that it's supposed to say it, like it's not written a certain way, and like she knows about this stuff. I think she was an attorney or something, I don't know. She's like, it doesn't say it the way that it's supposed to. So they have, I think I may have told this on here before, so because she had told me this before, they have so many days before they change it in the, what is it called? The homeowners association, bylaws, that's what it's called. And so she's like, they only have so many, 60 or 90 days to change it. Well, apparently they got it changed, but then it has to go to a vote, right? So they had a board meeting so today's Friday, they had it on Monday, right? And she was only allowed to be in the meeting for 5 minutes on Zoom. She was allowed to, like, share you guys, this is ridiculous, okay? This is so serious. I'm literally standing there having this conversation with her, and I can see 3 screened-in patios on people's condos across the lake. And I'm like, why do they care? It just makes it look so much nicer, right? So, and like, I guess their thing isn't that there will be construction in the neighborhood, because there is quite a bit anyway, because they are always, like, every summer they fix roofs and repaint the condos, and they do it in, like, sections, like 6 to 8 condos every summer they do. So, like, it's nice that they do this, but, like, every 3 years they, like, fix our roofs and any exterior things, and then they repaint our entire condo. So every 3 years we get a brand new paint of condo, like, color, right? And they match it up. And so, like, they're trying to change them all to look very kind of like Cape Cod, like blue and white, gray and white and stuff. Which we got ours painted, I think it was 3 years ago. So we're going to be up next summer, I think. Yeah, I think it was 3 years ago. So we'll be up, maybe it's every 4 years. So we'll be up next summer for that. But they're doing our gutters this summer, because the people were out working on our gutters and stuff. Which I'm happy that they take care of that stuff. I think that's nice, you know. And the neighborhood is really, like, they really do a nice job of maintaining it, and we have I like the maintenance company that we have and stuff like that. I mean, I've had some issues with them in the past because some of our neighbors have not been so nice, but so my cousin, because she's a realtor, she knows the CEO of our management company, and she was like, she's really nice, Peter. So the last time I had to call her, which was what was it about? I don't even remember. It was like 2 months ago. She was so nice, and she emailed me all this stuff. It was about getting the deck power washed and getting our front yard done, because I couldn't find anybody. So she suggested a bunch of people. So anyway, she was super nice. But anyway, so this one across the street, she's like, so they had the meeting on Monday, and she's real funny, because she's like this real, like, southern drawl, even though she grew up she's been in Indiana her entire life. She's got this, like, really thick southern drawl. I love her. She's a master gardener, and she's out in her garden, like, in her yard, in her front yard, like, all day long. I love her. And I always shout across the street to her. She's like, hi, Peter. And so we go and we meet in the street and we talk. So she always gives me all the gossip of the neighborhood. But anyway, I met a new friend the other day at the pool. Did I tell you guys that? You guys like, we don't care. Yeah, it was this mom. And she had, like I said, there was like 7 kids in the pool. And I was like, are all of those yours? And she was like, no, just 4. And I was like, well, 4 is a lot. And I was telling her about my friends saying that their kids are eating them out of house and home this summer. But anyway, so my neighbor was telling me that they had a meeting on Monday, but the vote was 4-4. And so, because this one guy, is there 5 people on the thing, or is there 9 people? It's either 2-2 or 4 to, I think it was 4-4. And she said that this guy that's like, one of the board members, he hasn't shown up for like the last 3 meetings, and he hasn't been doing like really well. And so they're like, we have to talk to him and see if we have to like replace him on the board, like if he doesn't want to do the board anymore. And so if they replace him, they will have to like do an election in the homeowners association to elect a new board member. And if they, and then that person will be the deciding vote. She's going to run. She's going to run for the board. Is that not hilarious? I was like, oh my God. So, but she's like so serious about it. And she's like, yeah, so-and-so and so-and-so wrote letters. The three families wrote letters saying that she should be able to build this. I said, I would have written a letter for you. She was like, you would have? I said, yeah. She goes, well, honey, she goes, we might still need that letter. I said, well, you just let me know, and I'll type up a letter, and I'll send it off to the HOA board. So anyway, that was my neighbor yesterday. So anyway, we were at the pool all day long, and then we got a text that our Airbnb was ready. So we came over, and we got into the room, and we came, like, unpacked. Alex unpacked all this stuff like he always do, which is so cute. I just put my bag on the floor, and I put on my pajama shorts and kept this t-shirt on. And I turned on the TV. We have, like, the greatest, like, usually when you have, like, an Airbnb, you don't have great TV channels. I don't know if you've ever done an Airbnb, like, it just sucks. You don't. We have, like, movies on demand. We have, like, every, like, cable channel that you could ever imagine. Pay TV or, like, you know, the pay channels as well. So anyway, I don't know. I was looking at watching TBS, I think, or something, or TV Land. I don't know. But it was Little House on the Prairie had just started. And I was like, oh my God, I love this show so much. And Alex goes, what is this show? And I go, excuse me? And he goes, what is the show? I go, you've never seen this before? And he goes, no. And I said, it's Little House on the Prairie. I used to watch this every night at dinner with my mom. So it was the episode, it was like a later episode. It was when Nellie is having her baby. She ends up having twins, by the way. And so her husband is Jewish, and he had changed his name. What did he change it to? Percival Dalton, when his name was Isaac Cohen. And so, like, Nellie's mom didn't know that he was Jewish when they got married and all this kind of stuff. So his parents were coming because they wanted to see, like, the birth of the grandchild and all this kind of stuff. And it was this fight between, I was watching it and I thought, this show today on TV, this would not fly on TV today. So it was like this fight between Mrs. Olsen and Percival's dad on if the grandchild was going to be Christian or Jewish. It was really an interesting episode. I don't remember this episode. Vaguely, maybe I kind of remember it. So we watched the whole thing. It was so funny because Alex was like, I could tell he was trying to act like he didn't like it, but the whole time he was playing Township next to me. I was like laying in bed next to him. We were all cuddled up, and he was playing Township, and I'd like look over, and he'd be like, I was giving him the background history of everybody because this was when Mrs. Ingalls was Laura's mom. And I'm like, okay, so that's Laura's mom. And he's like, who's Laura? I'm like, Alex, Little House on the Prairie. He's like, babe, we didn't have these shows in Venezuela when I was growing up. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, so they were like prairie people. I'm like trying to give him the breakdown of it, I'm like, they were like prairie people, and she wrote all these books and all this kind of stuff. And I think I think interestingly enough, a lot of people have I think I read an article not too long ago that people were having real issues with these books or something today. I can't remember what the article was that I was reading. But for me, the television show is like a sense of, I don't know, this makes me feel homey. So I was trying to explain to him, I was like, that's Mrs. Ingalls, who was working at the restaurant that Nellie ran. She was the cook for, I think it's called Nellie's, the restaurant in the show. So she like helps her with the restaurant. But then she's also the doctor, who I couldn't remember his name. She's also the doctor's like assistant, and she helped deliver Nellie's babies. And Laura and all them, they weren't in it. And then we watched... then it came back, and at the very end it said, stay tuned for another episode of Little House on the Prairie. I said, Alex, he goes, do we really have to watch this show again? I said, please. I said, this is so relaxing to me. I had the fan, because I always bring a fan. I had the fan turned on, and I was like so cozy. So the second episode was Almanzo's brother or sister, I don't know. But anyway, they had two boys that were like 8 and 10. And while his like in-laws went on vacation, they came and stayed with Laura and Almanzo. Manly. She always called him Manly. I said, that's me. He goes, who are they? And I said, Alex, that's Laura. She's who the whole show's about. And I said, and that's her husband Almanzo, but she calls him Manly. And I said, and when she was little, his sister, who I think is, what was her name? Was it Eliza? I can't remember. Was the school teacher, and she wore lemon verbena perfume, because I always wanted lemon verbena perfume. So anyway, that episode was where the boys were being hellions, and they were giving Laura and Almanzo like a really, really hard time. So we watched that whole episode, and then the third one started, and Alex goes, I can't do this again. I said, I'm taking a nap anyway. So I was like, I have got to lay down, or I'm not going to make it to dinner tonight. So that was like right at 6 o'clock, and they were doing a Pose marathon. So Alex turned on the Pose marathon, and he just sat there in bed next to me. He was like, I can't sleep. He's like, if I fall asleep, I'll sleep for the rest of the night. And I was like, okay. So I took a nap, and then at 8 o'clock, I heard him on the phone, and he was talking to our friend. And so he got ready he had already like taken a shower, because we were going to dinner at 9. So he went down next door and met them. And then I got up like 20 minutes later. I was so tired. Oh my God, I could have just slept through the night. I was so tired. And I'm always so excited the night before, but then I always like ruin the first day on our vacation because I'm so excited. But I'm so exhausted, I mean. So I took a shower and got dressed. I just wore a black t-shirt and like these little gray shorts that I have and some Birkenstock sandals. I was like, I have got to become... It stopped. Okay. So they were staying there and having dinner. So we wanted pasta, and this place wasn't pasta. So we had decided that we were going to walk over to Lincoln Road. So we walked over to Lincoln Road, and this restaurant that we go to is like, if you ever want to go there, it's outside. It's like the first, so when you walk down Lincoln Road, there, I probably talked about, anyway, there's like no cars or anything. Like it's just like this walking area of stores and restaurants and stuff. So it's like it's the second restaurant that you come to if you're walking down on the right hand side, and they're all in the middle. So people are walking up and down. So it's like real fun because you can like, you know, see all the people walking by you, people watch them and stuff. And, it was funny because there was like this table at the restaurant where we were sitting. This is kind of the stuff that I love when we go like out of town and whatever. And it was like this big table, and there were like 3 like kids there, and one of them was like real small. Like I'd say like maybe 3. And I mean the parents were just like drinking and being really loud, and it was like this big table, you know. They were like real fun looking and stuff. And then there was this like kid just like looking at his tablet, and then his brother and sister were like, you know, playing tag like forever. And then like one of the dads at the table, I guess, like bought them this like balloon that lights up, and they were like running down everywhere with it. And I said something to Alex, and he was like, "Oh, that's totally how it was for us when we were like growing up as kids." I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Oh yeah, dinners were like 4 hours, like, and especially if we were like on vacation or whatever, like because they would go to Margarita Island in Venezuela for Christmas." He was like, we knew like as kids that dinners were like 4 hours, and like, you know, we had to like stay there and like entertain ourselves and whatever. I was like, oh, that's funny. So anyway, and then we walked back, and so our friends were still there, and so Alex was like, you know, do you want to go over and we can sit down and, you know, talk to them. You can have a Coke, and I can have a glass of wine or whatever. And so we went over, and I said hi to them, and I was like so tired. I was like, I just want to put on my pajamas. So I said hello to them. I said goodbye to them. We're going to maybe do something with them tomorrow night as well. So Alex was like, do you care if I stay down here? I was like, no, babe, stay down here, enjoy a glass of wine, have fun. I'm going upstairs, put pajamas on. I'm going to vlog, and I'm going to watch Mayor of Easttown. So that's my night, and I'm not one bit complaining about it. I'm so relaxed. This place that we went for breakfast today, can I just tell you this? Okay, first of all, their menu was very, very limited. And I was like, because Alex almost got pancakes, which really surprised me because he doesn't ever usually get anything sweet for breakfast. And whenever we go to Patashu, he always gets the Cuban breakfast, which is white rice, black beans, and scrambled eggs and avocado. And he like never gets anything breakfasty. He just like waffles and pancakes. Like he almost, I mean, I could probably count in like on one hand of the times that I've seen him like eat something like that, and usually it would be like waffles. And so they had lemon ricotta or raspberry pancakes, and he was going to get those. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. So anyway, but he ended up getting an omelet. I don't know what he got in his omelet. He got it though, and he like cut it up and like mixed it all together. It was real funny, but it looked good the way he did it. But I was like, I tried to start doing it, and it didn't work with my omelet. I don't really know, but he like got hot sauce, and he mixed the hot sauce into it. And so anyway, so I saw people like carrying plates out from inside. Well, funny thing is, we were sitting at this table. It was so hot and humid here today that where we were sitting like was where the door was. So I could like on my back feel the air conditioning, but on my front just feel the heat. And it was like the weirdest sensation. I was like, I feel like I'm having hot flashes or something, because it's like hot, cold, hot, cold. But anyway, I saw people like come in, sit down, and then they would go inside, and they would come out with like a fruit or a plate of stuff like fruit and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, do they have a buffet in there? And Alex was like, she didn't say anything to us about them having a buffet. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be so upset if they have a buffet in there and I didn't know. Y'all know I love a buffet, okay? And let me just tell you, I especially love a breakfast buffet. So I was like, if they have a buffet in there and I don't know about it, I am going to be so hot. So anyway, so I was like, let me just go in here and look for a second. So I went in there. I said I was going to go to the bathroom. I said, I'm going to go to the bathroom, and I'm going to look around and see if they have a buffet. And I didn't end up going to the bathroom because when I got in there, I saw the buffet, and I was like, are you kidding me? They had an amazing buffet. They had a vegetable medley that looked delicious. They had they had everything that we ordered, plus like 10 times more. They had muffins and fresh fruit and yogurts and everything. Now, it was expensive. It was really expensive. I mean, food in Miami, if you ever come to Miami, restaurants down here are like astronomical, first of all. You just have to kind of like be prepared for that. I mean, they don't all have to be. Like, you can just go and get like a slice of pizza and stuff like that at places. There's a lot of those kind of places where you can just go in and you can get empanadas or, like a slice of pizza and stuff like that. We did that a lot, like, our first couple years coming down here. Like, especially when we would go to Ultra, like, afterwards we would go and get, like, Burger King, or we would get, like, slices of pizza or whatever, because there was, like, a little pizza place right around the corner from where we used to stay at that Hotel Victor. Sometimes, I think it was on the Sunday night, because, like, Ultra would end early on Sunday nights. We would go and we would come back, and because some of those restaurants on Ocean Drive are open till like 2 o'clock, and so we would sit there. Stuff is still shutting down early down here, though. I mean, not everything. I think like clubs and stuff are open late, but a lot of stuff is like restaurants and stuff are still shutting down early, like midnight early. So when the waitress came, I said, "There's a buffet in there," and she was like, "Yeah, I told you that." I was like, "No, you didn't tell us about the buffet." And she was like, "Oh, yes, I did." And I go, "Okay, you told us about the buffet." And she started laughing, and I started laughing. I said, "Well, how much is the buffet?" And she was like, "It's $39 a person." I was like, "That's an expensive buffet." But I guess it comes with like all the juice and drinks you want, coffee and like mojitos or mimosas or whatever. So like, I mean, if you're a mojito or mimosa drinker, it's probably worth it. I mean, I don't drink, so but I think I'm gonna have to get the buffet. I think I'm gonna have to just splurge and get it because it looks so good. And I like having like a good meal like that. It's fun. I love a breakfast buffet. Oh my god, there is nothing like a good breakfast buffet. So anyway, yeah, that was our day. I didn't listen to any of my audiobooks. I downloaded them, and I did. This like is a stress relieving pillow. This is like I love this pillow. Boo Radley would love this. He would just like curl right up into it and sleep on it. I might have to get a pillow like this. The last time we were on vacation, we were in Fort Lauderdale. I looked at that comforter set that I ended up getting from Threshold, from Target. I think Linda was the one in the comment section when I asked, like, what was that brand called that I said? And she said Threshold. Let me just tell you, if you're looking for a good comforter set, that comforter set from Target was called Threshold. It's the brand is Threshold. And it comes in white, and I got it in that gray, and it has like 2 other colors, like a beige, maybe like a navy blue or something. And you get a comforter, which is fantastic. I mean, it's one of the nicest comforters I think we've ever had. It's real lightweight too. And it could double as like, you could put a duvet over it if you wanted to, because it's kind of like that. And then you get 2 pillowcases and 2 pillow shams, and you get a bed skirt if you want. We don't use that, but if you wanted to, you could use, as a bed skirt. And that was like $80. I think that's really a good deal. And that's on a California King, which is what our bed supposedly is, but I think our bed's really a king, because whenever we get California King sheets, they don't fit very well. And I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. Like, I think just having a beach day. I'd like to get up and go to the buffet in the morning and then go to the pool and just kind of hang out and stuff. I mean, we're just going to be like relaxing around here. I will make a drama video tomorrow, and of course I will vlog, but other than that, yeah, I don't really know what I would review, and I didn't bring a meditation book with me. It depends. I mean, if it rains, then Alex will probably do some work, and I'll probably figure out how to, like, I'll get something to review. I'll go to the Walgreens or something that's down the street, and, maybe I'll do a Peterisms video or something, or do a Peter Does Stuff video. If there's, like, if we're stuck inside, but if it doesn't rain tomorrow, I wanted to go and get a pedicure before we left, but I just trimmed my nails real short anyway, my fingernails and my toenails. I feel like I got a better pedicure, like, walking around the pool today than I would have if I had gone and gotten a pedicure. But anyway, so Alex brought down, I packed mine and brought it down too, and he took his to the pool today, and I totally forgot it. That koozie thing that I showed you guys that, like, holds Diet Cokes and keeps them, like, cold forever. And I was like, oh, why did I bring it here, all the way here, and leave it in the, room? If you've seen Woman in the Window, did you see that they show, I'm singing the theme to Rear Window. Did you see that they showed Rear Window at one point in there? So in the book, there was a lot more about movies, Ingmar Bergman movies and Alfred Hitchcock movies, because like it was supposed to be kind of like, you know, modeled after that. And that was like a minor difference in the book. I feel like the ending was different. I feel like the ending was way different. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I read the book. Yeah, I didn't listen to my audiobook today. I downloaded that Dexter book and I didn't start it today. Which I need to. Now I'm doing hairstyles with this. I'm like parting the hair and I'm like, it would look good this way. It would look good that, and it's a pillow. Look, I'm parting it. Can you see? I'm like parting it and so yeah, we'll just have to see. I don't know. Very, very calm and just peaceful right now. I'm gonna get a good night's sleep though, I do know that. I was sitting here talking about how peaceful and serene I was, and then like, I really for a second, I felt like I was talking to Tanya Jean, and I went into this whole thing, and I was like, oh, and I talked to so-and-so today on the phone. I was just like sitting here like, oh, whatever, and I was like, oh, like I kind of forgot I was vlogging for a second, so... I can't say that person's name on video. Anyway, it's time for me to get off of here now because I want to make sure this video is ready to go tomorrow. So I'm going to render it and upload it tonight. And I haven't even plugged in my computer or anything yet. So I need to do all that and get it going. But anyway, so yeah. So if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Be kind to one another. And I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!